Sydney, Australia. It's a vibrant place full of life and buzzing with energy. Its most famous landmarks are the Opera House, perched at one end of Circular Quay, and the 53,000 tonnes of steel that sits at the other. Sydney Harbour Bridge has been open to the public for bridge climbs since 1998 and to date has attracted some 2 million visitors, from 10 years of age up to one lady who celebrated her 100th birthday overlooking the harbour from this iconic landmark. The original bridge climb takes you along catwalks, up ladders and ultimately to the summit of this, the largest steel arch bridge in the world. The Discovery climb takes an alternative journey, revealing the inner workings of the bridge. Definitely one for those engineering buffs out there.
Coming over the line, I'll have you pop your head in here and you can look up inside this girder. Climb up in there and up you go.
It gives you a real sense of the architecture of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The bridge opened in 1932 after 8 years of construction and now carries 8 lanes of traffic, a footpath, a cycleway, 2 train lines and many happy tourists up to one of the city's best vantage points.
So how high are we now?
134 metres above the water below.
It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? How far can you see?
On a clear day, you can literally see hundreds of kilometres. I mean, we've got the largest natural harbour on Earth with 940 kilometres of shoreline. And right here in the middle, the centrepiece, the largest 2-hinge single-span steel arch bridge in the world.
Yes, there really is no better way to start your day in Sydney than to come up here and take in this incredible view. And now I've seen what's on offer, it's time to get down there and have a proper look around.
Now, it may be slightly unconventional, but a guided tour by bicycle is a delightful way to discover Sydney. Tours get underway down in the Rocks, the birthplace of modern Australia, and take in all the key sites and attractions, and is a far healthier and fresher alternative to a bus tour.
So on a Bondi bike tour, guests come along and we fit them out fully with the whole kit and caboodle, bikes, helmets, and we take them through all the main sites in Sydney, Harbour Bridge, Opera House, and take them across to Luna Park, the Botanical Gardens, Chinatown, real mix of kind of Sydney life that they get a taste of on these tours. People are very surprised by how easy it is. It is a 4-hour tour and we cover about 12 Ks, but no one's ever puffing by the end of it. Everyone's really kind of fit and happy and excited. It's good for you too. You can actually cover quite a lot of ground in a fairly short period of time and it's not too strenuous. And you're also right there, at the sites. There's no pane of glass separating you from what you're seeing. So it's a really good way to kind of experience firsthand just what the city's about.
It really is a great way to see the sights of Sydney. I always knew my cycling proficiency had come in handy at some point.
I'm off the wheels now and back on my feet, heading to one of the most famous beaches in the world on the Bondi to Bronte Coast Walk.
The walk is popular with both tourists and locals alike as it winds around the coast and it gives you a real chance to experience that Sydney side of lifestyle.
En route, there are some spectacular views of the Pacific waves crashing against the cliffs below. And if, like me, surfing in Australia is on your bucket list, then it's quite a thrill when you turn the last corner and discover Bondi Beach.
Wow, there it is.
Bondi is home to Australia's first official lifesavers club, although unbelievably, up until 1902, it was actually illegal to swim in the surf during daylight hours.
So Dave, tell me, why is Bondi Beach so well known?
Well, over here we're on the east coast of New South Wales, but Bondi faces due south, so it's a little bit of a swell magnet. We have great waves break here every single day.
There's lots of surfers down here.
Yes, we get people that have never ever been to the ocean to people that have been surfing all their lives down there out in the waves.
Okay, well, I've never surfed. You're known as Big Wave Dave. Do you think you can teach me?
Tell you what, let me check for your pulse. You got a pulse?
Yep.
Excellent, let's go surfing. Woo! So you can come and climb our beautiful harbour bridge, you can go to around the Opera House, but instead of just coming down to Bondi and having a look, get down there and do what the locals do. We have surfed here for over 50 years and we love it. Surfing is really easy, especially if you're having a bit of a lesson. It's a little bit like a bit of a ski.
There are plenty of surf instructors around. It's easy to hire all the necessary equipment and wetsuit on site, and lessons can be taken in groups, or if you need a little extra help, then one-on-ones are not a bad idea either.
Step number 1, we push up. Step number 2, we do a harbour bridge. Step number 3 is we put our back foot onto the board and then push up your hands and bring your other foot to the front.
Woo!
Your chicken wing.
Ah, that was easy enough.
Easy on the beach, that is. On the less solid surface of the sea, though, things are a little tougher. Thankfully, Big Wave Dave is quite a patient man. He watches and encourages me whilst I attempt to stay upright for longer than a few seconds. And then yes, I'm up, still going, and then into a small child who remains largely indifferent to my surfing prowess.
That was awesome. It is so much fun. The instructors, I've got to say, are really, really great. I will say one thing for surfing though, it doesn't half make you hungry. And what could be better than a seafood platter like this, full of lobster, mussels, shrimps, and a bit of squid?
Here at Nick's at Bondi, we specialise in fresh local produce, seafood predominantly. Our specialty is the Nick's Seafood Platter for two, which has fresh lobster, crab, fresh king prawns, John Dory fillets, fried king prawns. The food and wine scene is quite laid back and casual down here.
Laid back and casual it may be, but that doesn't mean to say that the quality is compromised. Sydney's dining scene is world class, partly because of the high density of restaurants driving up standards, but also because of the proximity to the sea and fertile farmland for great seasonal local produce. And dining isn't the only thing to do as the sun sets over the harbour. Yes, Sydney-siders certainly have a love of the outdoors.
And the great thing about Sydney's weather is that you can enjoy the outdoors even at night. Sorry.
This is the St George's Open Air Cinema, which screens films against the impressive backdrop of the Harbour Bridge and Opera House. It operates during the height of the summer season, playing new releases and art house classics to audiences enjoying cocktails and nibbles in beautiful surroundings next to the Royal Botanic Gardens.
Well, I didn't think I could squeeze any more food in after that amazing seafood platter at Bondi, but when you're in Australia, you gotta try a pie.
And Harry's Pie Cart in Woolloomooloo is the place to try an Aussie classic. Well, it has been for Russell Crowe, Elton John and Colonel Sanders anyway.
Thank you. Well, this is a famous Harry's Tiger Pie. It's basically a beef pie with mashed potato, mushy peas and gravy. Gotta be good for you.
The pie cart has been here since the 1930s and serves a range of gourmet pies, hot dogs and sausage rolls. A perfect late-night guilty pleasure.
What a day. And remember, everything you've seen is within easy distance of Sydney city centre. And it has been rather a long one, so if you don't mind, I'm going to eat my pie and hit the sag.